Hello, hello everyone. It's Shelly with Shelly's Couture. I'm an independent designer and we are going to talk about the henna pumpkins tonight. This will be a workshop that is available in my local area. You will have your choice between the henna pumpkin set or you can do the autumn cutouts. And I will share this into that event. So if you're interested, go ahead in the comments and type, let's see, what can you type? Type workshop and I'll get the information over to you. If you're local in my area. All right, let's see. See if we can get this sprinkled. See if I could put it into my event here. Copy. Say hello as you guys hop on. We'll start in a moment. All right. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's see, it seems that we perhaps have stalled, so let's go ahead and add that back in. There we go. There we go. The camera must have stalled. So I am quickly going to go ahead and show you how you use your henna pumpkin cutout patterns with our pumpkin cutouts. Guys, they're sold out for the moment. I am sure they're coming back in because there is plenty of fall still to go. But until the 30th, okay, you have until the 30th, there are select surfaces that are buy one, get one half. No, buy one, get one free. What am I saying? Half off. So they end up being half off. You'll get two at 50%. Okay, so make sure. Oh, outside, sorry. Make sure you get them before they're gone. All right. I want to say the deer are part of this sale, the stars, the houses, the pumpkins, the autumn cutouts. I'm trying to think what else. I think there's like 6 or 7, maybe 8 different surfaces that are part of this BOGO, buy one, get one. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. You only have a couple more days to take advantage of that. Okay, so we are quickly going to do this because we got dinner going on the stove here. We're gonna have a nice big old bowl of chili tonight. Let's go ahead and grab these. I've already played with a couple of them a while back. We did it just in our regular single color, the color where I mix the storm and camel. So I made up my own like twine color. But we did these 2 patterns. So we definitely have to use these as well. But then we get to choose between our little smallest pumpkin. And I think I'm gonna go with this one because it just seems like there's, well, there's a lot going on with both of them, but I like them both. I don't know. We can maybe do one of these on the back side. We can always do that. So one thing to pay attention to when you're playing with your cutouts is pay attention to the slant of the stem. So we know, because that one's going this way, that one's going this way, this is the side we need to do it on. For this one, we need to flip it. All right. And I think what I'm going to do, so what I plan on doing, offering for the workshop is when you do the pumpkin cutouts, one side we're going to paint plain, and then the other side will be the pattern. Now with the autumn cutouts, we got 6 different patterns. So we were able to use 2 per piece. So with the pumpkins, that's not the case. Okay, maybe the little one we can do both sides, but then the bigger ones we're just going to paint the back of it a solid color. So let's not worry about the little guy. We won't paint him, no need, but we will paint the back side of our big pumpkin. So let's turn him so he's facing the right way, or I should say the wrong way. And let's do the big guy. Let's do it rust. Let's work with our rust color. I'm going to go ahead and grab some water, and I'm just going to kind of spread it a little bit here. And it kind of gets our foam brush wet too. We're just kind of, you're just lightly moistening your board, your surface, and that will help your paint or your paste spread real nice and easy like a paint. All right, so let's just get this coated. Now when I color a surface, I like to go from the center out, because I feel like if I start at an edge, then I'm probably going to get it, it's going to probably go over on the edge. And I don't want to do that. I want to try to keep it nice and white. So we're going to do our best here. There we go. This is our rust color. Isn't that a pretty orange? Such a perfect pumpkin color. Okay, and I'm just using a foam brush. Nothing fancy. I'm going to take a really high heat tool here. And we're going to try to dry this as quickly as possible. Say hello if you're with me. It looks like my comments aren't working again, so I apologize. Awesome. Now, one thing I will warn you, if you don't like using our paste as a paint, it's okay, because I get it. If I were to try to put a second layer on top, it sometimes will reactivate your first layer, so you'll get really splotchy results. So I tend to not do a second coat. But if you use like a regular paint, I would think you could do that. All right, let's put that to the side. Let's bring our big guy over. So if we're going to chalk on this side, we need to flip him. And on that side, I'm going to do our bark. And then same thing, we're going to just lightly moisten. Let me just get it spread. And eventually it'll kind of soak into that wood a little bit. I think my brush is falling apart. All right, we're just getting it damp. Dip our brush, our foam brush, into our bark. And again, remember, go towards the edges. Oh, this wants to come off. Probably time to throw this guy out, huh? All right, once I get it totally coated with the paste, I will definitely do better marks. We're going to go with the grain of the wood here. I'm going to try to offload some of this excess here. This brown is so pretty. Almost looks like a walnut color. It's really pretty. Okay. I think we're good. Let's put that brush aside. Let's get him dried up. And then we can start our chalking. Say hi. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. If you do get it on the edges, swipe up with your fingers to grab it. I did get a little bit off this one side. We do have other pumpkin cutout patterns. There's faces and there's other patterns. So if there's something you like, make sure you go onto the website and grab those. I imagine they'll be gone after this season because we are getting into the holiday mode. Make sure my hands aren't wet. Okay, so that's that one. All right, let's go ahead and just start with this guy. I like to give them a little bit of a sanding just to kind of even up all of that wood, you know, the wood grain. Sometimes you can see it, like you could really see it pop up more now that I've been sanding a little bit. And sometimes that happens, so I just kind of like to give it a quick little sanding here. I'm not trying to take it all off. You can, if you get a handheld sander, you could get to the very bottom of your pumpkins, or you can really distress it. You can go around your edges, which I will sometimes do, so let's do that. All right, there's that guy. I'll definitely give him a wipe down. Let's just grab a paper towel here, a little piece. And wipe him down. Okay, let's go ahead and sand this guy down. I'm actually going to take off all this dust because I have a feeling that pumpkin will turn white if I don't. Okay, let's turn that over. if you live in Florida, please be safe. Definitely be safe. From what I've seen on the news, it does not look good. It looks very, very bad. So hopefully people were able to relocate for a couple days. Okay. You want to get all that dust off before you chalk on it. Put that aside now. Getting dust everywhere. Okay. And I figured I was going to get it on the other side there. Okay. Let's start. So now that I've sanded it, I like to, we'll have to do the little guys too. I like to give them a light layer of wax. So let's do that. This just gives it a barrier. It kind of fills in all of that extra little nooks and crannies of the wood. All the little wood grooves. So we'll go ahead and do these. We'll do the little guy last. Okay, set that aside. Then we take a paper towel and we will buff it off. So you apply it. Directions say to leave it on like 15-20 minutes. I'm not sure if anyone listens to that, but we go ahead and buff it off, kind of rub it in, and at the same time you're buffing it off and you're almost like polishing it. You're giving it a nice, smooth, slippery, kind of like waxing your wood floors, right? Putting a real nice finish on them. All right, now we can bring our transfers out. Let's put this guy, we're gonna put him over here. Okay, let's start with this guy. Take him off your backer sheet. And you just kind of find your silhouette of the pumpkin. Okay, this has an awful lot of mesh and very little material with adhesive on it. So we wanna make sure that wherever we do see that green or teal colored transfer, that it is stuck down. I'm gonna do this in the bark. I'm gonna grab, let's see. I wanna grab a couple of our small squeegees. One more. Okay. Let's grab a good amount of our bark. And what I do when there's very little material is I try to hold the transfer down in place, and then I also kind of go out from the center out. And I try to keep it going in the same direction because you don't want to keep going back and forth. You're going to shift your transfer. So we don't want to do that. So, but for the majority, I like to get it started and I'll hold it down. Try to go to the edge here. And then your paste actually becomes kind of like an adhesive. It does keep it down. Okay. Scrape it real hard to get that excess off. Be sure to go all the way to the edge. This is gonna feel like fall to me. This nice brown, rich brown color. Okay. Put your excess back in your jar. Get as much off of your squeegee as you can. All right, let's make sure there's no spots where there's a ton of paste. And then we can remove our transfer. Ooh, look at that rich brown color. Isn't that pretty? Wow. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then of course you have the back side, which is painted bark. There's appears to be a little white spot on this side. So what we're gonna do is just gonna get a little brush. I'm gonna grab a little bit on my brush and we're just going to dab all the way to the end here. There. Nobody will know. Nobody's gonna know. All right, we can put that aside. I'm gonna leave the bark out, or no, we're gonna put the bark away because I don't think we're gonna use this color anymore. Let's go clean up that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, so pretty. Let's get that dried up real quick. We'll get on to our large pumpkin and then we'll work on our 2 small pumpkins. So pretty. If you had a real pretty, a nice white ribbon, that would look really pretty. Some greenery, also very pretty. If you have some fall colored paint that you want to use on your other side, then bring that along with you to the workshop. I really, really love that. That is so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, we're gonna just kind of put this here so it can dry. Okay, let's bring our other pumpkin over. Now, I was gonna say, I feel like I'm really up close. There we go. All right, we waxed, so we're gonna just take it off our backer sheet. We're gonna line that guy up. Now this one has a little more material with adhesive on it.
Take a shower.
So just make sure it's stuck down. All right. If you want, you can hold it into the light to see if you're lined up pretty well. Mine looks pretty good. Now on this one, we did the rust, so we're gonna go ahead and just do the rust on the entire pumpkin. Okay. This one's pretty easy to spread because we're covering a lot of space and it's long, so we can go long, nice long strokes or drags of the paste, And then if we want to go up a little bit just to cover that, get that excess off. Okay, let's unload some of that. All right, let's get all that excess off. Make sure you're going all the way to the edges. Okay, then we're going to go up. I see a little bit of a wrinkle in my transfer, so we'll see how that ended up looking up there. Okay. I think I've gotten all the edges. Let's remove this one and see how it turned out. Yeah, you could see where that wrinkle was. But I am loving this pattern. How beautiful is that? All right, let's get this dried up. So pretty. Ooh, thank you. Who's here with me? Say hello. I am not seeing any comments. I do apologize. All right, we will let that continue to dry. Let's give you a closer look. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's set this over here. All right, let's work on our little baby pumpkins. We didn't sand that yet, so let's do that. Let's give it a quick sanding here. I apologize, guys. If you are chit-chatting away, I do not see comments, and I apologize. That side. Let's do this side. See if anything's coming up. I am seeing nothing. Whew. We are distressing the pumpkins by sanding them and going around the edges. Okay, we made a mess. Let's get these cleaned up a little bit here. Definitely do not want to get dust all over your pumpkins because we are going to wax that. And then it could get in your silk screen mesh as we're chalking. So we definitely want to make sure that we are working with clean pumpkins. paper towel here. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Whew. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and wax quickly. So I apply it, turn it over, grab a little bit more. On this side, I could see a lot of ruts of the wood grain. Could see a lot of divots. So this wax acts like a little barrier, right? It'll kind of fill in those little ruts. Side feels good. And that side feels good. Okay. So I had brought out the bark, the rust, and camel because I thought camel would be a good color. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the orange, the rust on one side, and the brown on the other side, the bark. So that we can mix and match, right? And it'll kind of blend in with our autumn cutouts as well. So because our stem is going this way, this is the pattern we want. I'm also going to mark on the back since we haven't. I'm going to put a number 3 there and a 4 here. And I'm going to say henna pumpkins. And the number 3. Henna pumpkins. Now, writing on the back like this is a really good idea, just so you don't put it back on the wrong side for whatever reason you might do that. Or in a workshop setting where there's many of us working with the same transfer. So it just helps keeping things together and organized. Let's go ahead and get this guy right here. Now this seems to have a nice border around it. So let's see. Ooh, we need to bring that up. We need to bring it up a little bit here. Let's see how that is. You can take it up to the light and you can see, excuse me, the outline. Okay, cute little hearts up there. Let's go ahead and just dig in with our rust. I'm just gonna swipe it across here. Could have done those little, the stem, we could have done like in the opposite color. That would have been fun. Make sure those edges are chalked. Okay, excess back. All right, now let's go get that excess off. All right, and then peel to reveal. Ta-da, so pretty. That is so pretty. Let's get this dry. I love the intricate designs in this henna patterns. What amazing detail these transfers give us. All right, you want to make sure that this side is very dry so that when we flip it over, we're not rubbing anything off or smearing it. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and grab a paper towel just in case. it over. And now we're going to do the other transfer, right? The stem, oh, the stem does not go the same way. I think they goofed. The stem, did I not do the right one on the right stem? No, they both go to the right. So, interesting. Okay. Isn't that interesting? They should have had the stem go the other way. No worries. No worries whatsoever. We can do this. We got this. Let's just go ahead and we'll get the actual pumpkin chalked. And then we'll worry about the top. All right, so we're gonna do our bark. So we are gonna use bark. And we're, like I said, we'll take it up to this part right in here. And then we'll figure out how we're going to do the stem. Okay. So I'm gonna take it up to the stem. All right, get those edges. Okay. All right, excess back. Now, we are going to do something really crazy. We're going to remove our transfer. Ooh, so cool. Let's just put this to the side here for the moment. Let's get this dry. And we could do one of two things. We can leave it blank. We can use any other part of the transfer, or we can flip the transfer and chalk on the adhesive side. It's not recommended, but it can be done, and it has been done before. It doesn't ruin anything. Gosh, I love that dark brown. That is so pretty. And it gets darker as it dries, if you haven't noticed. It is a dark, rich brown color. We want to make sure it's nice and dry before we go ahead with this next step here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a backer sheet, but I'm going to leave just the stem showing. All right. So let's get that. And reason being is I don't want, because this transfer, ooh, I feel like I have something in my hair. Because this is wet, let's do this too. Let's go ahead and I'm going to place this on our pumpkin. So it can get a little hairy if you choose to do this. It just takes patience, that's all. So I'm going to tuck this under here. All right. And then what you do is you flip the transfer upside down so that the stem is going the correct way. And I'm going to kind of bring this towards me so I can see what I'm doing. All right. It will not stick to the pumpkin, so we're going to try to hold that down. I am going to get, let's see. I'm going to get a squeegee that I've cut up into a smaller section here. So what I've done is I cut my squeegees down smaller just to get into smaller spaces. And what I'm going to try to do is just do this in one stroke. Okay, let's get this. Start there and brush down. It feels a little weird because you're chalking on that adhesive part. Okay. All right. We did it. Success. All right. So there is how the top is done. Not that you should have to do that, but it appears they only gave us a choice for one side of the pumpkin. So we just think outside the box and we try to figure out how we can do this. Hi, Lori. Thank you. You're the first comment I see. All right, so we are done. Let's clean up and get some of this out of our way. Again, this is one of the options for the workshop that is in my local area. I'm going to put this aside too. So you'll have your choice of your 3 pumpkins. So let's put that there. This guy and this guy. So you'll have your choice of your 3 henna patterned pumpkins, or, okay, let's bring these over here. Or you can do the 3 patterns on our autumn cutouts with autumn words. So one side you can do autumn words, and then the other side are just some fun patterns. All right, so those are your choices. And of course, we painted on the opposite side of those. So lots of fun autumn accents here that you guys can display in your home for the season. Again, this is going to be available as a workshop. Drop the word workshop if you need information, and I will also go ahead and tag the event too. All right, guys, thanks for checking in again. I appreciate it.